Good morning. It's 7:03 on this Thursday, October 24th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. We welcome you on this Thursday morning. Believe it or not, the last 2 mornings has been just a little skim of frost on my back window. The sides and the front are okay, but a little bit back there. Glad I got that defroster. Anyway, we're on the air for Bates Ford, 1673 West Main in Lebanon, and Paul Tubbs and Ronnie Kelly are here as usual. And good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I had my oil changed. I got your $28.95 oil change. Of course, mine used an extra quarter too, but it got me there and back. So I
made it back.
glad to see y'all. Mm-hmm. And I know that. You had a couple of substitutes here the last 2 Thursdays. I didn't get to hear Jeff Dixon, I believe, on the first. And I heard Judge Inslee Hagan last week until it quit. It only went so far and stopped. And anyway, but it did get to hear you two, and y'all were here talking, of course, about Bates Ford, the dealer that'll trade for anything it don't eat.
That's us.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, how about them Commodores last week?
Yeah, they pulled out a big victory.
Mm-hmm. That surprised you, didn't it?
It was very surprising, really, to be honest.
They
were kind of on a lull, and the upset the week before, I thought everybody was jumping off the wagon, but that helped them there.
Yeah. Ronnie, you don't pay as much attention to sports as Paul does.
No, I'll go with the high school teams, and I look at a few sports, but I always enjoy looking at the paper to see when Paul make those calls, because I watch it every week.
But he doesn't get to do that anymore.
No, they nixed that this year.
Well, anyway, we're not here to talk much about sports, but at least if somebody heard us talking about that, they'll say something about it. They may not say something about the dealer that'll trade for anything. I don't know. Anyway, what is new? Anything new?
I've got a lot going on end of the month, trying to work, some really good deals. Got several vehicles that were traded for. We got some real good trades in lately. Got a Denali that was 50,000 miles loaded up, real nice car. We got some cheaper stuff that we've actually traded for. If you got a kid or somebody that wants a real nice vehicle, we've got several. So we've had a really good couple of weeks. Got a bunch of trades in, and service department's doing great. Got the tires where buy 4 tires, get $140 off. Deal going still through the end of the month. We've got the works, oil change, tire rotation, $49.95 up to 5. Cheapest oil change in town, $28.95. So we got a lot going on at Bates Ford.
Well, you really have. Just thinking there when you mentioned some cars with maybe a lower price. Somebody that's buying one for their child or young man, young woman, maybe going to college or even in high school, and they don't have any experience to speak of driving. You might not want to put them in a $50,000 vehicle. Start with something a little bit less expensive, and you've got it.
Yes, sir. We have those. Like Paul was speaking of, we have several vehicles that's under $10,000. But when those vehicles come in, they don't last long. If you go on the lot today and the afternoon, a lot of those cars are gone. But we have a lot of great trades, and a lot of times we have a lot of people that come by, want to buy their kid a car, and they don't want to spend $50,000, like you said. Most time they want to spend under 10. And we have several of those cars right now. And also we have a lot of great deals on a brand new Ranger, $2,000 rebate. We also have 0% for 60 months. And on other vehicles, we have a lot of very good incentives for the last this month. So it's a great time to come down. And all those cars that we had for the special car for Ford, we selling those cars like hotcakes.
Those Coleman are those courtesy transportation. It's a deal where we put customers in a vehicle when we loan the vehicles out when we're working on them. It's a program through Ford. It's called Ford Courtesy Transportation Program. And what it is, we take brand new vehicles and put them in our loaner program, and we actually let customers drive them and see if they might drive a new Edge or a new Explorer or we've got an Expedition, a couple of F-150s. But when them vehicles come out, they actually have a better warranty than a new vehicle. They got a 42 months, 42,000 mile warranty, but generally they have a lot of money off of them. I think we had an Explorer yesterday that had like $9,000 off the price. So,
you know,
they work out. They're gently used, but they're really nice vehicles.
Well, and Ronnie's just chomping at the bit to sell some of them every day.
Yes.
He sold one, Explorer.
Yeah, so to explore yesterday. Yeah, it's a great deal. You know, you saved a lot of money. You saved over $10,000 on that vehicle.
Was that Explorer? Did it have 10? I knew it was right at 9, but some of them have 10. But I mean, you get a brand new vehicle with up to $10,000 off with a couple thousand miles. It's a really good program Ford has.
Well, all you got to do is come by, and of course, I guess you can get on the website find out a lot of this as well. But nothing like being there and looking somebody eye to eye and find exactly what you got. And your hours are very conducive for customers because you are open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to 6 on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Somebody there ready to sell you a vehicle any of those times. Service department has a little bit. Less hours, I guess.
7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. And generally Saturdays, we have a line of oil change people waiting. We keep a full crew to change oil, but we have customers generally lined out the door waiting on us to get there and change their oil.
Well, I mentioned I let you do my last one, and it got me to Florida and back, and it was I was there less than an hour, just like you said.
We try to get them in and out as quick as possible. We've got several guys that does it at all times, so we try to make sure that it's people's time and schedule now. Well, I know how it is, so we try to move them in and out.
Well, the thing about it is, all of you, nearly all of you, I'm sure you have a new employee, new salesperson, new person doing maintenance or whatever from time to time. But so many of you have been there for so long, you know what your job is. You just go do it every day.
We've got probably, I'd say, 15 employees that's been over 15 years. We got probably 10, Ronnie, myself, and probably 10 of us been over there over 20. And I'd say there's 5 or 7, 25. So we got a little family. We like what we got.
Right, and right here in Lebanon, you're just part of Lebanon right there at Bates Ford. Well, thanks for being with us. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Paul Tubbs. He's the dealer operations manager for the last 20 years. Ronnie Kelly in sales for 32 years. At Bates Ford, 1673 West Main in Lebanon. Bates Ford, the dealer that'll trade for anything that don't eat. Well, we are 11 minutes after the hour, and I think Chris and Ronnie are over here politicking right now. But
That's right. That's right.
Chris Dowell, our fire chief, joins us as he does the fourth Thursday of each month. And come to think of it, I believe I was looking at the calendar for November, and the fourth Thursday is always Thanksgiving.
That's right.
I can't remember whether there's a fifth Thursday in the month or not.
I think there was. I
if
think
there
that's what we did last
I think
time.
I've already got you penciled in. If you want to
Right.
look there and tell me, we'll just kind of do this on the air this morning.
All right.
Because I can't remember how the month of November goes off the top of my head here, but
The 28th. The 28th
28th.
is Thanksgiving.
oh,
There
that's
is not.
important. Okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
not. There's,
how about on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
usually I'm off that day. But I can come in especially for you and my listeners. How about
Maybe
that?
you ought to. It'll make it easier for me. Well, how you been?
Yeah. Good. How about yourself?
Doing fine. You didn't have a guest host because the last time you were here was in September when I was here, but I have been gone for 2 weeks in case you didn't know. And
Man, I missed you.
you may have missed me on the air. You didn't miss me being here to be host for your appearance.
Well, that's right. That's right.
We got a lot of things to talk about, but
We do.
anything exciting from the fire department you want to start with?
Yeah, we got our golf tournament coming up November the 1st. We're filling up fast, so you can also do a sponsorship. $100, $200. I think Brian sent out all the flyers, and we've gotten pretty decent response from that, and we got pretty decent response from teams. So.
Well, you've been doing this for a number of years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
probably
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
lot of repeat customers, quote unquote.
We do, and it's the same old jacklegs that think they can play golf and come out and play in our tournament. Like,
You don't want to insult them too much. They're spending
well,
money
yeah, but
to help people.
they're spending money, but they never win, so that's pretty good. But you just got to play the numbers, and that's of course, I got to mention that's that team, Robert Bryant and Mike Owens and all of them. They come out and they like to pencil whip theirs, so they don't know that I got a sharper pencil than they do.
Does Paul Tubbs ever play in your tournament?
No, I've never. Of course, I need to mention that to him.
He
or
talks
whatever.
a good golf game.
Yeah,
I
several
think he's
several
probably
people
pretty
do.
good.
Yeah, several people do. I mean, I can talk a good golf game, but I mean, just going out and actually laying eyes on a person actually doing it is two different things. But no, it's all for fun, and they all come out. We appreciate everybody's support, but and you'll have a good time. I can promise you that. We'll definitely
when
have a
is
good
it
time.
again?
November the 1st.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's
Friday.
Yeah, that's next week.
That's next week.
Okay.
Yeah. That's next week, I think. Let me check.
And where it is, it's got to be.
Yeah, it better be.
Because
It's at the Country Club.
okay. All right.
Yep, it's at the Country Club.
And what time you going to begin?
I think it's 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
be through by lunchtime. Then.
No, you won't be through by lunch.
No?
No, they ain't that good of golfers. Well, see, and only that's a 9-hole course, so they're going to be stacked up. It'd be two teams to hold.
And
so
of course, you play it twice
That's
and tee
right.
off at a different place.
that's right. So I mean, but it makes it. At first I was a little skeptical about it, but I was like, man, this is going to take forever. But it's actually pretty fun when you do that. So
had you been at Hunters Point before, or
we was at actually was at Hunters Point. We've been at Hunters Point and what's the one out in Gladeville? I can't even remember the name, but Pine Creek.
Pine Creek? Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
we was out there at that one too, or is it Pine Creek?
And this money you raise, what's that doing?
It goes for the Toys for Tots.
All right.
Christmas for all.
Okay, Chris Dowell is here, our fire chief. We've got a lot more to talk about. Lebanon's got a
They got a game
playing
tonight.
aren't
That's
they?
right. Yeah, they moved it up tonight instead of playing in the rain, the monsoon, I guess, tomorrow night. So it throws it's off a little bit, kilter, that Friday night feeling, but you'd rather play it dry than you had to play it out there in the rain.
And this is
cold.
Wilson Central, isn't it?
It's Wilson Central rival game, yes.
Here or there?
And it's there, and it's got playoff
Yeah.
implications. So we need to win, and I know they're thinking they need to win. So
Well, Lebanon beat Hendersonville,
that's right.
and they could come in, second in the district?
Could come in second in the
This is an
district.
important game for them.
The next two are.
And it's important, of course, for Wilson Central because they've been losing recently, and
Right.
they'd like to finish fourth and make the playoffs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I mean, it's a big game.
Okay, we're going to take a break here. Chris Dowell and I have a lot more to talk about. Fire Chief, County Commissioner. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:17. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental Exmark. Large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand. Bought 2-to-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Well, good morning. Latest wreck's going to be in Antioch there at Crossings Boulevard at Mount View Road. Gallatin Pike and Madison Street, trying to move that wreck out of that intersection. 24 eastbound between Whites Creek Pike and OHB on an accident. You may see that as you come in from Clarksville this morning. It's pretty heavy trying to get up through there. Hey, Performance Studios have moved this year to 5350 Mountain View Road in Antioch. Better parking, huge selection of Halloween costumes. Go by and see them at Performance Studios in Antioch. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
It's a new day at Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation. Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation has experienced new leadership, a new atmosphere at the same location in the heart of Lebanon. Located at 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus, Lebanon Health and Rehabilitation is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. It's a new day at Lebanon Health Care and Rehabilitation.
Back-to-back home games for the Titans. Find them hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Sunday. The award-winning Titans countdown's on the air at 11. Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and Coach Dave McGinnis call Titans and Buccaneers from Nissan Stadium with a kickoff at noon.
Brought to you by Absolute Kubota Exmark, Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, Stevenwell Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
If you're a fan of Wilson County High School football, make sure to tune in to the Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday after the Lebanon High football game right here on WANT 98.9. Hi, I'm John Boyce. Trent Perry and myself will have all the mid-state scores as well as interviews from each coach within the county. The Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Designers Carpet, Fakes and Hooker, Lebanon Appliance, Mitchie's Landscape and Design, Palometto's Insurance, Kenny Salas and Justin Davis with Blackwell Realty, and Sammy Bees. The Fakes and Hooker Scoreboard Show every Friday night.
Coleman and Company on a Thursday morning, and we have Fire Chief Chris Dowell here.
Yes, sir.
Talk about Lebanon football.
That's right. Can I mention one thing before we? Okay, I like to mention this is Feed the Need. October 26th, they'll be starting up at Lebanon Church of God. And what it is feeding the homeless people every weekend from 5 to 7 up there at the Lebanon Church of God. So if anybody knows of any homeless people, or put it in your calendar, or put it somewhere to where you can remember, if you see a homeless person, or if if they're cold and out on Saturday, 5 to 7, take them by there and they're going to feed them. So it's a good deal. Don't miss out on a great opportunity. Anytime anything's free and Ronnie Kelly has something to do with it, go get it. Go get it.
Well, I'm glad you said it that way.
That's right.
I was going to, I know I was going to mention the World Series. The World Series.
Well, how did it turn out last night?
When it got 12-2, I turned the TV off and went to bed.
It was 2-2 when I went to bed.
It was 2-2 for ever so long.
Yeah.
And then I believe Washington got 4 runs somewhere there, and it made it 6-2. So you pretty much figured, well, they're probably going to hold on and win. And then the later innings, man, they hit some more home runs. And it was 12-2, and
wow.
If they this will be the greatest comeback ever. I'm not going to stay up there. I need to go to bed.
And Houston is losing at home, so that's not good.
Right. Yeah.
Well, my Bravos wasn't in it, and so, oh well. Well,
I'm glad we got to talk a little sports with you here this morning. But I've been tooting the horn a little bit for Vanderbilt after their upset of Missouri last week.
Oh yeah. That means y'all got y'all's coach for another 5-6 years.
Well, now I've heard some people talk about he might be gone at the end of the season, but where are they going to find anybody? Now he's not the greatest coach, but I think he's a good person.
He's better than me. I ain't got no
recruiter.
but
he somehow got the attention of that team and probably looked them all eye to eye and said, we can do better than this, and give me your best shot, and let's go after them. And they did. And I don't think you could find I'm not sure there's somebody any better than him that wants to come to Vanderbilt.
That's true. I mean, that same could be said for Tennessee, though. I mean,
No, wait. You got the Vol Nation out here. I mean, everybody that's for UT, all they're waiting for is somebody to come up there and win. And I mean, they'd fill the stadium and pay extra for.
Well, that's all they're waiting for at Vanderbilt too.
Well, no, I don't think
Every
so.
team's like that. Every team is like that. If you win, then you'll fill the seats, the stadium.
I'm not so sure of that in Nashville. I mean, you're going up against the Predators. You're going up against the Titans. There's the other colleges that are there, a number of them.
How many times you seen the Titans play on Saturday?
Well,
that's what
season, yeah.
So because the Vanderbilt's on doing today, just ain't nobody going down there because they're horrible, and Tennessee's horrible.
Not horrible. They've gone to a bowl. They're not the best.
They're not the best, but they're okay. They're not horrible. There might be one team that's worse than them, and they all in the same state. I don't know. I mean, you go figure. I'm just saying that both of them. One's on the trend up, and the other's still. It's laying flatline right now, and I think that's Vanderbilt. But here's the thing. We get to figure all of this out when it comes up when they play each other. Who's the worst team? We'll figure it out then. Then when I come back on the radio, I don't want you to say nothing because Tennessee is the better team.
When you come back on the day before Thanksgiving, it'll be about a week, probably a week before they play. So we'll continue this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What is going on in the
it's right now we got a lot of stuff going on. Technically, we got our radio system that we purchased back in, I think it was back in January. I'm not January, but back before July, back before the budget, we had a radio system already started. So I've got that going. I've got a new fire truck being built right now. Of course, this is probably going over a little over a year with it having, being built. That's how far behind they are. So, it takes a while to get a fire truck. It takes about 10 months, but now we're working, it's probably going to be a year and a half before we get this thing.
Well, now, I mean, a fire truck is a fire truck, although you've got all the different gadgetry and,
That's
and
right.
all that. But, I mean, this is not one so much different from any other one, is it?
No, this is no different from the other one, but it got backed up when, they put the steel, went through the roof while all of these big organizations and these big cities went on and purchased like, hundreds and 50, like Memphis probably, I think they ended up with like 35 or 40. Nashville ended up with a bunch. And you got them big cities went on and ordered a bunch of them just to keep from paying that high price for that steel. And so once them big cities come in and start taking up all your time or whatever, and then we're buying one.
Yeah, you kind of put on the back burner.
That's right. So that's what's going on right now, which, we're okay, but I've talked to the assistant chief the other day and asked him what's the timeline. So maybe it'd be somewhere around February, March, I'm hoping. So
how bad is that needed? I mean, are you
well, if it ain't, if it ain't needed, because we're rotating right now between two reserve engines. So nobody's in harm's way. Let me go ahead and make that statement now. Nobody's in harm's way. But we are rotating between, two reserve engines to keep, up pace with all the calls and stuff that we're running. So we've even got people that we put in some cars to save wear and tear on running, a lot of our equipment.
How are your calls this year, maybe compared to last calendar year?
They're up.
Way ahead?
Yeah, we're way ahead. So the more people you bring in, the more people get sick. That's just the nature of the beast. So
and you are doing more as far as calls go than you once did. I mean, once if it wasn't a fire, you didn't go.
Yeah, we stopped doing that.
That may be ancient history, but I mean, at some point you began doing a lot more.
Oh yeah, we transitioned out of that, went into rescue. As far as opening up cars and cutting them apart and all that, to straight into medical, because our counterpart, Wilson EMA, they couldn't keep up with that either. There's no way nobody's going to be able to keep up with that. So that's the reason why each organization through the cities, like Mount Juliet runs it, Weymouth, I guess they do the county. Wilson EMA does the county part. Then we do the city of Lebanon. So on and so on. Gallatin, Murfreesboro, Hendersonville, you name it. Every city's having to pitch in to run medical calls, because if you don't, you may not ever get an ambulance, or you may not ever get any medical care because everybody's so overwhelmed. So
yeah, it's just kind of with the influx of people and the growth that we've experienced, it just almost became a necessity, I guess,
overnight,
for people to get taken care of rather than wait for somebody else who's already behind.
That's right. Yeah. And plus, every city that I know of, and every city that I know of with a fire department, has paramedics, EMTs, and so if you hold them to strictly fire, well, that's just a waste.
Yeah. Because,
he could be right next door to somebody having a heart attack, and we're just going to wait here for a fire. So it's just a waste.
You started out there. I mean, you worked your way up from I guess maybe the lowest position. You started at the lowest position, the fire department office. You worked your way up to be fire chief over this period of time. You've seen good times, bad times. You've seen good morale, probably bad morale.
Right.
From all I hear, it seems like you're maybe more of a family type thing anymore. That you
at the fire department.
Yeah. Morale seems to really be good.
I don't really see that any of the cities that any department in the city that has a low morale. I just don't see it. I mean, everybody is happy. Everybody is flowing. My department is flowing. And so around about this time of year, you're not going to see it anyway, because now you're beginning to get in the holiday spirit and all the stuff that we have to do for the holidays, starting off with the golf tournament, and then you start giving money to the toys, you start doing this, you start Halloween on the squares coming up, and so you're giving out candy, and so we get busy. We get busy around the holiday. Everybody else is starting to, maybe take a few days off and all that, so we pick up.
Well, we got a couple of minutes here, and before you go, you're also a county commissioner representing the area where you live. You had a big meeting Monday night, and Joe Ali was appointed to fill the unexpired term of Gary Keith.
That's right. And you know, and Joe said it best when he got up there, or when I talked to him or whatever. He's never going to be able to fill those shoes that he's stepping into right now. I'd like to say that he would or whatever. I couldn't fill him. Gary has done a lot of stuff for a lot of people and helped this county so much. So I just want to throw that out there that, you know, one of these days when I retire from the county commission, probably in another 3 years.
You're not having fun?
No, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun and I enjoy it and all of that stuff. But, you know, you got to, you're dedicated. Put it that way. You're dedicated. And for him to do it for so long, you know, that just says a lot about him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, always good to have you here, and
I know it.
You already got that in your calendar to come on Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Well, I hope my secretary's listening. She put it in there for me.
Oh, well, I tell you what, if you have a problem, let me know. We don't want to miss you.
Oh,
we don't want our ratings.
Well, your rating, yeah, they'll go down. They'll definitely go down.
Well, I hope people. I know people enjoy hearing the different people I have here, but I got to think you got to be one of their favorites because we never know what you're going to say.
Well, I mean, I just tell you the truth. I mean, that's all people want to hear. Sometimes is the truth.
Chris, thanks for being
like
with
I said today. Well, let me say one more thing because you talked about the truth and all of that stuff. Like I said today, and I can tell it hurt your feeling, but Vanderbilt's horrible. I'm going to say it again. They're horrible.
I disagree.
All right. That's the truth, folks.
That's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:31. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, low price tire guarantee on all tires every day up to 30 days after the sale. There'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic continues through Hermitage, Donaldson right now, right on schedule on 40 westbound. Coming past the airport, headed towards downtown. Moving a couple of ranks out here, Crossings Boulevard at Mountain View there in Antioch. Traffic still busy right now on 40 as you continue through Mount Juliet right now. Hey, celebrate autumn at Ober-Gatlinburg during Oktoberfest now through October 28. Check it out, obergatlinburg.com for all the details. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on-time traffic.
She's taken care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of her. But with a family of your own and other responsibilities, there just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it might be time to call the Pavilion Senior Living. From bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and meals, the Pavilion Senior Living is committed to being senior living you can trust for your loved one. Find out more at pavilionseniorliving.com or call 444-5556. That's 444-5556.
Right now, ghosts, goblins, and pumpkins. Soon it will be trees, wreaths, and prezzies. Join us for the Mill at Christmas, Friday, November 1st and Saturday, November 2nd at the Mill at Lebanon. The 7th annual Ultimate Holiday Shopping Experience, the Mill at Christmas, Friday, November 1st. Sip and shop from 6 to 9 p.m. $10 tickets at the door and featuring Southern Santa. Saturday, November 2nd, Family Fun Day, 9 to 4 p.m. Free for all to attend. Visit Santa from 12 to 2. Facebook, the Mill at Christmas.
The temperature's dropping and so are the prices at Bates Ford. We got some great deals for you. We got vehicles with rebates up to $10,000, zero interest for 72 months. On the service side, we got tires with rebates of up to $140. We've got the Works vehicle package, which includes an oil change and a tire rotation for the low price of $49.95. Come see us at Bates Ford, 1673 West Main Street, 444-8221, or visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
Hi, everybody. It's Tommy Bryan. Tune in on Saturdays throughout the fall as Cumberland University's Phoenix takes on the very best in small college football. Cumberland entertains Bethel University for Homecoming and Alumni Weekend. Saturday, October 26th. Kickoff is at 1:30 p.m. Join me and Bob Lee Saturdays during the college football season right here on WANT and WCOR.
Another perfect fall day here in Middle Tennessee. Sunshine will stay with us through the afternoon with highs climbing into the lower 70s. If you're going to be out and about this evening, we'll see a few clouds start to trickle in later on. I can't hold a few spotty showers after midnight with lows falling into the upper 40s. We'll see at least a chance for wet weather to round out your work week. That's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Nisa Lomax.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2 here on a Thursday morning. Heather Sadler joins us this morning. She's always talking about the Pavilion Senior Living at Lebanon. Heather, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, nice to have you with us, and I hope the last 2 weeks have gone okay.
They have. I mean, they're never as good as you, but they've been pretty good.
Well, they're different varieties of spice of life, okay?
That's right. That's right.
Well, we tell people your location, and I'm going to start out with the location today because you're close to Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and if you were going to the emergency room, you go one street farther, take a left, and you're on Medical Center Drive, and your number there is 1409 Medical Center Drive, the Pavilion Senior Living, and of course, your phone number is 615-444-5556, and people do call you from time to time, right?
They call us, they email us, they Facebook us. Let's see, what else? And they drop by. That's one of our favorites.
Yeah, of course.
So,
well, tell us the latest.
We love people to drop by, but I do have some exciting stuff that we're working on or that we're getting to be a part of. Today is one of the series of Aging Matters that we're hosting at the courthouse with the county mayor and Laura Headley from Edward Jones has played a big part in this, and Susan Shaw with the mayor's office. And so we've done different seminars. Well, today is the decluttering seminar, and it's actually been a lot of hypes about it, and a lot of people are coming to see. And then we've got a professional declutterer that's going to be talking about the process, and we provide a little light lunch, and it's just a series on aging matters in Wilson County. So it starts today at 11:30 in the courthouse. So it's actually on the second floor. So if you want to come down and hear about decluttering, it's a pretty interesting topic.
Oh, definitely. If you're a pack rat.
Well,
I've been called one.
I might be one.
I might be. I won't admit it, but my wife would probably say that I am. Oh,
with two little toddlers that bring home every piece of paper they color and paint, I just can't throw those away. They're just too precious.
I understand that completely. Yes. Well, any other big news from the pavilion?
Well, we, of course, have got our 14 new units that we're building, and we're on schedule to open in the first part of 2020. I haven't got the final deadline yet, but it's coming right along because they've enclosed it and the walls and sheetrock and, all that stuff that has to happen before we get to host residents in those rooms. But we have already taken some deposits on those, and so we are still taking deposits on those to get those full. Out of 14 rooms right now, we have I think we have 3 taken right now. So, if you're interested and you're not quite interested right now, and probably after the holidays, then you give us a call and come by and let's show you what we're building and what we got to offer.
Well, that is really a fine introductory offer, so to speak, to kind of get the ball rolling, and if that's in your immediate future, you can save a little money if you go ahead and get it before the building is completed. That's
right. So we're offering $500 off for 6 months until the end of the year right now on those units. So that's a $3,000 savings. So we want anybody to take that is looking at it to have the opportunity to have those savings, and be glad to tell you all the details. So
right.
Just give us a call or come on by or get online, and we'll be glad to help you out.
What about your long range project? Any new thing to talk about there?
Well, there's nothing new, but we've got one more step of approvals. So we've actually got a meeting today talking about some more amenities that we're trying to add to that. But I will tell you, it is a very much needed product because people ask me every day, when's that coming? And it's going to be, it's so needed in Wilson County with our aging population. A lot of people are ready to downsize and not have to worry about the yard and not have to worry about the gutters, and they really kind of want to move into a community.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're finishing up, and as soon as I have more, I promise I'll tell you. I'll tell you first, Coleman. Maybe,
Well, in the meantime, you've got a lot going. People got questions. They give you a call, as we said earlier, 615-444-5566. And your website, thepavilionseniorliving.com. A lot of people keep up there as well. So keep on keeping on, and we'll talk again next Thursday. How's that?
All right. Sounds good. See ya.
And
Bye-bye.
thank you. That is Heather Sadler, and she is the marketing director for the Pavilion Senior Living at Lebanon. Heather Sadler. And now at 21 minutes before the hour, Ben Spicer joins us this morning, my guest, to talk about the Wilson County Community Help Center. And Ben, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Hope things are going well.
They are. Very, very busy.
I called you before I went out of town. I needed to get my calendar filled up at least for the rest of the week that I was coming back, and you fit in here on this Thursday really well. Good to see you, and you've pretty much always been available. If I call and need somebody, you come running, and I appreciate that too.
Well, I appreciate you calling us. We're glad to talk about the latest, greatest, and what we're doing, and so we'll talk until you tell us to stop.
I believe your title is executive director.
Executive director.
How long have you held this position?
It'll be 7 years in May.
Oh, I can't believe
I know. It flies.
You came in and made some changes. I think some changes that really benefited. For one thing, you increased your hours of operation.
We did,
and you've changed some other things. And it seems like that you've been able to accommodate more people, maybe in a better way, and that things have been looking up for most of these 7 years.
It has. Every year is a little bit better. And I'm not saying that just because I'm at the helm. It's because we have a good team, and we have gotten the community to really embrace what we do and buy in. And if it wasn't for the donations of this community, we couldn't do what we do to help people in Wilson County.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess there are a lot of ways that you can donate.
There is.
If you every once in a while, Helen and I will have some clothes that we have. They're good, still good clothes, wearable and all that. But we're either tired of them or it's time to give them away. That's where we go.
Right.
I know a lot of people will donate furniture, things like that to you.
Yes.
People make monetary donations.
They do.
Every spring when you have the
U.S. Postal Food Drive.
Oh yeah, for the food. But I was thinking of the ducks.
The Ducky Derby.
Ducky Derby.
Yes, we have the Ducky Derby.
There are a lot of ways to be a part of this and help the Community Help Center.
Yeah, there is. And as far as increasing our hours for the Help Center and for the actual thrift store, we've also increased our hours of operation when it comes to receiving those donations to accommodate work schedules. So that's been helpful to a lot of people.
Well, what are those hours? When can people donate items that they want to give you?
Well, in a nutshell, the help desk, which is why we're there, is 9 to 3, Monday through Friday. The store is open beginning at 9 o'clock through 5 o'clock, Monday through Saturday. And we start donations at 7 a.m., and we go until 5 every day and 9 to 5 on Saturday. When we're not there on Sunday, there's 3 green bins out front at night when we're not there that can put soft things in, clothing and things that aren't going to get broke when they're put in those bins. But they're out front.
So there's an opportunity to donate most of the time.
All the time, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Depending on whether you want to take it personally and get your receipt at the same time or whether you just want to drop it off because you're passing by.
Right. And we have a drive-through at the back of the building or to the side of the building through the gate, and you can just pull up, and we've got enough staff now to be able to unload you and get you your receipt, like you said, and send you on your way.
For most of us, be honest, that receipt doesn't mean as much as it did because the IRS changed.
They've changed it up a little bit on us, but it hasn't dampened the giving that people have done for us.
Well, good.
Yeah.
in the 7 years, have you increased your staff some?
We have. When I started there, we had 8 people, and my commission as the director was to turn the place around because we were having a little bit of trouble trying to maintain our income sources so that we could stay as a entity of help to the community. And every year since, we have turned it around, made it better and better and better, and now we're dreaming. Yeah. We're dreaming and able to start working on a plan to build.
But what you actually have here, you have people who come and maybe almost depend on you for some staples of life. I mean,
right.
Food or help for whatever. On the other hand, you have people who have things to donate to help other people.
Yes.
Whether it's items we've talked about or a monetary contribution.
Well, it's interesting. I don't know of any place in this community where we have people that will come and shop us 3 or 4 times a day. And it literally happens. We call them 2-fers and 3-fers when they come in 2 or 3 times a day. But we have people that do flea market booths, that have antique shops. They shop us. I'm thrilled to be a part of that. We're providing revenue to other places. We get our income from it to help us buy the things that we don't receive in donations. Of course, there's a lot of people, like you said, that need us and count on us. We don't want to be the handout. We want to be the hand up.
Yeah.
And then there's some, they need help, but they're not going to ask us for it. And so if the store is a dirt cheap place to get things, then we've done our job to help them make a $20 bill go a long way.
Yeah. Well, have you, in these 7 years, these have been pretty much 7 years of, we've been affluent community. I mean, we got over the Great Recession there,
right.
08, 09. So the last 7 years, we're talking about, 2012 to now, something like that.
2013.
Been pretty good years. But have the need is still there, maybe just as much as ever?
Well, I hope I'm not Joseph of the Bible and I've got 7 bad years coming ahead after these 7 good ones. But I don't see anything changing our dynamics right now. It is interesting to watch the economic factors that happen because of us. When people are feeling the pinch of economy, our donations slow down and our needs speed up.
Yeah.
And then when we're in a time when things are good and people want to replace their old stuff, well, then our donations just blow us out and the help doesn't need to be had as much. So it's a give and take depending on the economy.
Well, we need to go to a break here, but we have to do this quickly. But do you... Most of the things people bring by are something you can use. I mean, you don't want people just to come by and rather than going to the dump it off with you. Is that sometimes
that happens, especially when we're gone? People will dump on us and leave it out front, and that invites theft. It invites vandalism, and it just makes our job harder. But yeah, we have gotten to the point where there's sometimes we tell people we can't take what you're bringing. It's not going to suit our mission. And it's simply because it's just so badly worn or so out of repair that we can't use it. And to be able to do that has helped us to be more efficient.
Yeah.
Because we have to pay for our trash.
Ben Spicer is Executive Director of the Wilson County Community Help Center on, what's your official address?
203 West High Street.
203 West High. It's also known as Padua Parkway
Yeah.
for some. Anyway, he's here. We got more to talk about after this break on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:47. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental Exmark. Large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand by 2-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still heavy traffic out here as expected here on 40 coming through Mount Juliet as you come out of Wilson County there into Hermitage. 24 eastbound near Shelby, trying to move that wreck to the side. 2-car crash, Bell Road at Blue Hole Road there in Antioch. And traffic still heavy, but moving up through Brentwood, Franklin here on 65 going northbound. Hey, Smashville Moving Company is Middle Tennessee's new moving company. Check it out at smashvillemovingcompany.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So, what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604. Why settle for an ordinary mower when you can have an Exmark zero-radius turn mowers that have been beautifying landscapes for more than 3 decades? Take advantage of Exmark's Triple Play sales event. Buy now and you'll pay no interest till March, no payment till April, plus $1,000 off all Radius X and S models. Buy now and restart your warranty till April 2020. Top landscape pros purchase Exmark 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main in Lebanon or visit them online at www.absolutekubota.com.
Hi, everybody. Tommy Bryan. Join me Friday at 6:30. Lebanon High Football takes on some of the very best competition, brought to you by Absolute Kubota, D.T. McCall and Sons, Hay Maynard State Farm Insurance, Bakes and Hooker, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Wilson Bank and Trust, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, and A.G. and Johnson Realty and Auction. The Blue Devils close out the regular season at Clarksville Rossview Friday, November 1st.
Coleman and Company, and we welcome again you and our audience, as well as Ben Spicer, who's Executive Director of the Wilson County Community Health Center. Got at least a couple more things to talk about this one. But you got an event coming up. Let's talk about it first. This is something I think it's carried on in one way or another for quite some time. Another fundraiser, if you will.
Yeah, it was a fundraiser that we had before I even started as executive director. We stopped for 2 years. It had a bowl making process to it, but it's called Empty Bowls, and it's a reminder that somewhere out there in the community there's an empty bowl that needs to be filled with food. And so this is an exclusive fundraiser that provides food to our food pantry. We don't always get what we need in donations, so we have to go out and purchase it. And so this money will help us to do that. It also helps us to buy Ensure, which is a dietary product to help people with cancer, the elderly, to keep their weight up when they're going through some hard times. And we buy that, and it's an expensive product. So the money is well used, and we go through it quickly.
The event itself and how you participate and what the cost are.
Well, it used to be a $15 ticket that was tied to a souvenir bowl. I think everybody had enough bowls to make Christmas dinner, but so we've kind of cut out the bowl making process for now. We're going to have some nice silent auction artisan pieces. The tickets will run you $10. You probably couldn't get lunch for $10 out there in the community. Just come spend it on us and know that it's going to go to a really good cause. We'll have a soup, a bread, a dessert, and beverage meal. Very simple, as a reminder that it's a world that needs food. And we're going to have a silent auction with some artisan pieces. Rick Whittrigg has been so kind from Fire Pit Art to give us one of his fire pits. That's always a drawing card. Yeah. And we'll have some nice pottery pieces from Forrest McDaniel, Lee Marshall. There'll be some nice things like that. But the twist this year, if you got a sweet tooth, Coleman, we're doing a dessert auction. So we're going to try and get some names of notoriety and have them bring us desserts that we can actually have an auctioneer there to get those out. So if you need a dessert for the holidays, this event is going to be December 7th at the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, 11 to 1. And just during those 2 hours, we'll be auctioneering desserts. I'll be the one at the piano playing a little bit of Christmas music in between sets. And we'll just have a good time celebrating our way of being able to help.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday, December 7th.
Saturday, December 7th.
to 1.
Yes.
So you're cramming a lot into 2 hours here.
We are. We're going to have a good time and make it simple. Everyone can come and go for lunch. If they buy their dessert that they're looking at and win the bid, then they can head on out. We don't want to imprison anybody for 2 hours, but let's face it, everyone's out Christmas shopping. They need to get lunch and come by, have lunch, buy a dessert for the party that evening, and we're good to go.
Now we have a judge here in town.
I know we do, and he does a mean cheesecake.
If you've got a commitment from him yet.
We have not approached him yet, to my knowledge, but I know that we're planning to.
Well, I won't even call his name here because if he should refuse, we don't want
we don't want to put any kind of bad publicity. That's true. That's true. No, but if there's someone out there that would like to donate one for the event, just call us at the Help Center.
Hey, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
This might be an idea for somebody to take on. Maybe there's some people that would like to challenge him to who can have the best one of those.
Well, that'd be all right with me. That would be all right. But with
he's probably ready to kill me.
Well, we haven't named names yet, so we're all right.
He knows who he is. And his cheesecake is pretty
extremely famous.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we're excited about the twist that we've put in it this year, and I hope it makes it a lot more fun. But anyways, it's a celebration that we put off for a couple of years. Last year we did our 30th anniversary. The prior year we tried to do a minister luncheon to kind of build awareness in the churches, and so it's time for us to come back and celebrate this event and reinforce our funding for this need.
But here again, with all the bowls that have been made, I think you're probably going in the right direction here.
I know I've got a few I made, and they collect coins and keys and just different things.
and it's one of those things you probably hate to throw away.
Well, yeah, you got some sentimental to it. Yeah. But artisan pieces, that's a whole different ball game. When someone makes a piece that is beautiful and they know what they're doing, it's worth collecting. Yeah. And so we'll have some pieces like that.
Okay, one other thing we could talk about, Ben, is some renovation that you have made.
We have knocked it out of the ballpark, Coleman. You'll need to come by and see us sometime.
It's been a while since I've been there, and I probably got some things I can bring.
Well, bring them by, and then we'll let you just idle out there beside the porch and come in and take a tour and go back out. But we were having some huge growing pains. I used to call the furniture first, second, and third floor because we had it stacked. And we have a porch sidewalk sale almost daily because we just didn't have the room to display everything that was being given to us. But we have changed the store around. Our cashier has moved to the front of the building, which is something that needed to happen. We took all of our thrift shelving that was long shelves and changed them to short ones, and it increased our space unbelievably. Our stages, if you drive by, are lit with living rooms and dining rooms, and looks real warm and welcoming. We have changed our receiving and our clothing areas where we receive the donations closest to where they come in so that we can optimize the ability of our people to do the job well. And our help desk is now in a private office where you can have some conversations without being overheard. And it's just, we have a furniture gallery in the back. We never had the space for that. It's just been phenomenal how it has opened up our space. Mm-hmm. Changed our clothing to some straight racks to make room for more clothing so we can accommodate people. It's been a glorious change, and the community has just raved over it.
Well, good. It sounds like you kind of streamlined things. That'd be a good word to use here for what
No, streamline is a perfect word. And you know how you get a piece of furniture that's new, you put it in your living room and everything else looks shabby, so then you start changing everything else. Well, I think that's about what happened. We had a domino effect, and it was a beautiful result.
Well, we've spoken about people donating and mentioned we talked more really about donations, and we have the help that you're doing. We got about 3.5 minutes here. We might mention the ways that you do help people and who you help. I mean, and as you have said, you want to a hand up, not a hand out.
Well, we limit the way that we give so that there are times in between where you have to take care of yourself and learn to do that. But we provide food. We try and step in when someone's getting a food card and they're waiting for it. Or if their food stamp card has run out, we try and be the week that's after their food stamps have run out until their card replenishes. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a food stamp card in order to get help from us. We just want to put that in process so that you have a steadier source. Our box will last you 5 days, get you 3 meals a day for 5 days, times however many people are in the family. So that's what we're able to do. We help pay utility bills. We spend probably $40,000 a year helping with utility bills, $100 at a time. We can do that once a year instead of every month. And then we do clothing. We do free coats. We do probably 1,000 coats a year. And last year, if I'm not wrong, we did 80,000 pieces of free clothing that were dispersed to this community from the donations that came to us.
80,000?
80,000 pieces of free clothing to people that needed them. Yeah. And that doesn't even include what we sell in the store that people are actually buying, which would be an even more.
But as you said earlier, there's some people who really would rather just fend for themselves, so to speak.
Right.
And you have bargains that they can do that.
Absolutely. I'd say we're 10 cents on a dollar on most things. And that's a whole lot easier to swallow when you're needing something than to spend 3 or 4 times that when you're out there.
Well, as you've made some changes here. It's been really 7 prosperous years and 7 years of getting streamlined, let's say. But as you look for 5 or 7 more years in the future, you expect things to continue pretty much as they are?
Well, yes and no. I think that Jesus Christ said it best. The poor will always be with us.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to take care of our people. And if we're here to do that and we become a hub to do that for people, I'm happy to partner with other agencies, with other churches, any organization that wants to be a part of what we do. We're in it together to make it work. As far as the future, I only see us expanding because our community is expanding, and I think we all feel the growing pains about 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you try to get somewhere. The traffic's killer.
You got that right.
So that's going to grow and increase our poor populace as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be a steady need, and we've got to be good stewards of what we're given so that we can make ourselves future.
Well, I think maybe having you on here from time to time and the other ways of publicity, getting the word out that you do, and you really are a total local entity.
We are.
Here. I mean, people can go to Goodwill, and
yes,
and a lot of people, but I mean, you're a local Goodwill in a way.
In a way, yes, except ours is going back to the community instead of possibly lining a pocket or two.
That's a nice way to say it. But I have always preferred doing local here and believing that we're getting more bang for our buck here with what you do than maybe the other that we just talked about. So anyway, keep the Wilson County Community Help Center in mind, and if you can make a donation, it's going to be much appreciated. Going to help a lot of people, and we are out of time. Ben, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Coleman. We appreciate it so much.
Ben Spicer, Executive Director for the Wilson County Community Help Center, and we will be back tomorrow if all goes well. And until then, I wish you a tremendous day.